Ask any homeowner what the number one thing is they don't want to see at their house. They'll probably give you actually two answers. So one might be termites. The other is going to be water collecting. And that can be a real worry for people until you have a chance to meet our next guest here. This is Keith Nash, who has Voda Voda
Cleaning and Restoration.
Okay, see, I even said it wrong. You said it correctly, so you say it.
Voda Cleaning and Restoration.
Oh, you did say Voda.
Yeah.
Okay. Voda is the Serbian word for
water.
So you were able to get in there and kind of work miracles for people, right, Keith, where they think there's just no way this is ever going to get cleaned up again. You can do it.
Well, I wouldn't call us a miracle worker, but we've certainly gotten feedback that lends itself towards that. Yes, absolutely.
So what are we talking about here in terms of what types of water cleaning will you do? Is it the case of a pipe bursting? Is it the case of maybe heavy rains that seep into your basement? What types of things?
Absolutely, all of the above. Anytime that there's water intrusion into a house, this could be a very big deal.
Okay.
And a lot of times it ends up being a headache for the homeowners, and last thing you want to do is wake up in the middle of the night and there's all of a sudden there's a pipe burst, and it's
right.
in the middle of winter right now.
Right.
So what we do is we come in and we can extract that water, we can dry everything in place, be sure the structure is completely dry, and prevent any future microbial growth.
So let's talk about that completely dry part, because I mean, when I mentioned it's a nightmare for homeowners, all it takes is a little bit of water over time left unattended to do an awful lot of damage. So you don't want anything residual
Absolutely,
left behind.
absolutely. If you're, for instance, when it comes to wood, your studs in your wall,
yeah.
we have to dry those down below to 60% humidity. Anything over 60% is going to create an environment for microbial growth, like I said.
Okay, you were telling me that you've become a big asset for realtors in town because it's a shortage of housing. Mm-hmm. People who are looking to put their house on the market, but they have some issues that a buyer might not want, they can turn to you and remedy it.
Absolutely. So whether it's a matter of having to have the carpets refreshed, we can come in and clean those and make them look brand new. Mm-hmm. instead of replacing that carpet entirely. That'll mm-hmm. save the seller some money. And occasionally there will be, a deal that's threatening to fall through because maybe there's water damage that the inspection turned up.
Right.
And, they had no idea that it was there, but here, this water leak's been happening for 6 months and it's a slow leak, and now there's microbial growth behind the walls.
You mentioned getting into the house, the water getting into the structure. But sometimes around here, that water is bubbling up from beneath the surface. It's a ground issue. Mm-hmm. Do you deal with that, or only dealing with it once it's in the home?
We deal with it once it's in the home.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's water where it's not supposed to be,
mm-hmm.
we can help extract the water and dry it out.
So one thing you wanted to point out too is the safety factor of what you do.
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
All of the products that we use are eco-friendly. They are safe for pets. They are safe for children. And we really want to be sure that we're protecting the most vulnerable of our population.
Right.
So pets and kids I have a dog and I have 3 little boys myself, mm-hmm. So I would never use a product that wasn't safe for them to be around.
Suppose you bought a house, we'll play the suppose game. Suppose you've recently bought a house and you've just begun to notice kind of a musty odor and nothing mm-hmm. was revealed, but you're just smelling it. Should they call you? Absolutely.
So that smell, that musty smell, is what we call suspected microbial growth. And that's a fancy word for mold, Okay. And of course, until it's tested, we don't actually know whether it's mold or not. Mm-hmm. But when you smell that musty smell, chances are that's some form of microbial growth. We have specific products that are designed to eliminate those growth areas and neutralize those odors. Okay. We also offer, some scents that we can throw on top of that, if you like lemon scent or something like that. Uh-huh. So whether that's, comes from, cleaning the carpet, or if there's a spot in the basement where there's some kind of black spots and you're not sure what it is, mm-hmm. we can handle both of those.
Once upon a time, I was told that you had to be real careful how you had your carpets cleaned, because if you had a pad under there and the pad got too wet, the carpet might look clean, but the pad was still damp and causing a problem. Was that a true thing I was told?
It can be, yeah. In times past, absolutely. Uh-huh. What we do with our process is we use high temperature, high pressure water on carpet, and our vacuum method that we use extracts the water almost within a half a second of it hitting the carpet.
Okay.
So the water doesn't stay there very much, and in fact our machines are tuned so that it uses as little water as is necessary to clean the affected area.
Do you work in conjunction with other groups in town? Like if there's been a fire, say, the fire department has to come in there and hose it all down, so now you've got water damage. So can they contact you for that once they're dealing with their insurance company?
Yes, ma'am. We absolutely handle fire damage, storm damage, any kind of water damage event, mold damage, like I mentioned before. Absolutely, we can handle that.
Do you ever come out kind of as a preventive thing? I don't know if that makes any sense, but well, I guess it kind of goes back to if you're smelling the musty smell, or you just kind of suspect that these little black spots you're seeing might be mold. Get you out there and just kind of work ahead of schedule, work ahead of the problem getting bigger.
Absolutely, and in fact, when it comes to floor care, we recommend having it cleaned twice a year.
Really?
So yes, absolutely. So that carpet that you just paid a couple $1,000s laying down, you want to use that for a long while.
Right.
And if it's a high traffic area, it's going to look run down really early. It's going to make it look like you need to replace it quicker than you should.
Right.
If you call us twice a year to come out and clean that carpet, that'll really extend the life of that.
On the 60% humidity level that you were talking about with the wood, some people around here have crawl spaces. They just kind of stay damp. So do you ever put like dehumidifiers in there for
Absolutely,
people?
Absolutely. And that's one of our very first steps when it's usually the second step. First step is extract the water.
Right.
So, remove the water that's there, and then the water that's left behind, we bring in dehumidifiers, we bring in air movers to really kind of remove as much water out of the walls as we can.
He and I had a conversation totally on the fly this morning. So the questions I was throwing his way, you can throw 10 more or 10,000 more his way, and he'll be able to answer for you. So the company is called Voda. There is their phone number, 799-2820. Go online to myvoda.com, and so great to see you.
Thank you so much.